Hello, Ryan Funk here again at the Volunteer Manitoba Volunteer Recruitment Fair, talking with some amazing people and amazing organizations that are making a difference here in Winnipeg. I have two guests with me right now, a double feature. Why don't we just start around with a quick introduction of who you are and a little bit about the organization that you're here representing.
So my name is Ugona. I am the talent acquisition specialist from St. Amant.
And I'm Sarah, and I'm also one of the team members in the Volunteer Services Department at St. Amant.
Okay, why don't you tell me a little bit about, Saint Amat and what you do here in Winnipeg?
St. Amant supports Manitobans with disabilities as well as their families and other community members, and in all sorts of different ways and all sorts of different supports, and that continues to grow in the work we do. But volunteering and volunteers within our organization is such a huge part of that. It's such a huge part of the heart of our organization.
Okay, so when a volunteer comes in, what sort of things are they doing? How are they helping out? How are they making those impacts? What are those differences?
So first of all, we have volunteers of all ages. Volunteers can start independently from 12.
Oh, as young as, so you have like youth and adolescents that are helping out as well.
Of all ages.
Of all ages. And of course, volunteers help out with recreation. That's one of our main areas. And for recreation, you are helping to enrich the lives of the folks we support. So you could be involved in art and crafts or bingo. That's a very popular one. Or just in different social activities and arts and events.
One of the great parts of why you sound so surprised when you say 12, because a lot of organizations don't have that. But at the core of our volunteering and all the work that we do really is about connection. It's about friendship and relationship building and being part of someone's life and being seen and getting to know and included and living a full life no matter what that looks like for whoever it is. And so you don't have to be 18 to do that, right? And so we are able to invite volunteers as early as the age of 12 independently, but 9 if you wanted to come with a parent or guardian or family member.
Well, I think that's an important aspect of, building that community and getting young people involved in things early. So, how many times do we see in our communities of people, feeling isolated, or they're not connected, they don't have those drive or engagements or connections, and then starting out like 9 years old, 12 years old, going out and making a difference in their community is amazing to hear.
It's huge. And it is statistically proven that the younger you start volunteering, the more likely you are to do it later in life and continue that through your life.
Yeah.
But we've seen so many of our youth come and see so many jobs and opportunities and just things that they may not have learned or seen that young and choose the career path from there.
And I think that's important about, exposing people to individuals of different life experiences, of different abilities early on. In the United States, we're hearing a lot of scary rhetoric around particularly autism. But, when we connect with people, we learn, we meet more with people, we see the beauty and diversity of what everyone can bring to their communities.
Yeah, that's what makes volunteering at St. Amant so special. You come, you not only volunteer, but you also get that information about the people we support, about what we do, right? And it has literally changed people's, whether it's their career paths or just expose them.
Volunteers are some of our biggest advocates. What you learn and what you bring to the table when you're volunteering doesn't just stay within your volunteer shift. You bring that out into the world with you. And that's so important.
Oh, that's beautiful. We need more positivity like that in this day. But I mean, when we're at an event like this, why is it so important to have that visibility of people who are coming in, seeing these organizations like the ones that you're representing here today? But it's other organizations. Has there been opportunities where a different organization has been like, wow, that's super cool what you're doing? Maybe has there been those conversations about collaborations or anything like that?
Yeah, I find at this event you meet people of all walks of life. Like literally one lady is new to Winnipeg. So she came as a way to meet new people, make new connections, right? And it all starts from volunteering, right? You can't really see this kind of thing at job fairs. You see it at volunteer fairs like this. It builds those foundations for newcomers, for new immigrants. I remember starting off at a volunteer fair like this as a way to like meet other different.
So you're an example of an event like this working.
Yeah, literally.
And then all of that got to stuff that you circled all the way back to come and work at one of those recruitment fairs. Like,
That's so cool. That's amazing. So, how many people are you helping and supporting through the work and advocacy that you're doing?
I believe St. Amant supports over 5,000 Manitobans, and that number just continues to grow. And although our main campus and our main location is in Winnipeg, it's all throughout the province.
Awesome. Are there any conversations and things about like expanding services further outside of Winnipeg of like, what sort of those talks are happening?
I think there is some, obviously, and most of that questions might need to be related over to either the foundation or like to St. Amant as a whole, but we're always open to collaborating. We have a PALS program that has PALS in different communities outside of Winnipeg, like in St. Andrews, for example. So we try to like get volunteers out there to support those PALs in those programs.
Our main location is at St. Amant and St. Vital. A lot of our volunteering happens at the main campus, but our services as well as volunteering is throughout community, and it continues to expand as there are more needs and unmet needs that St. Amant continues to go. We're always growing. The organization is always growing to support as many ways as we can.
You mentioned PALs. What is a PAL?
Yeah, PAL is a friend, really. I'm blacking out on like the full acronym.
I see it's an acronym.
Partnerships through activities, learning, and sharing.
There we go. But the PALS program is where we try to like match two people with similar interests, right? We at St. Amant, we seek to support that friendship in as many ways as we can, right? Because I know how hard it is, to make friends, and the PALS program helps to sustain friendships.
Oh, that's amazing.
We literally have PALs that one might be in Alberta and the other one is in Winnipeg, and they still find ways to connect.
Well, that's the power of the internet, right? Like you can connect with people all over the world now.
Supporting friendships and connections.
Wow, that's amazing. You're also here talking about an organization that is helping make all of this possible.
Yeah, so just a little plug and a thank you for the Réseau Compassion Network. They're one of today's sponsors to be able to make this an event as important as this happen. So they supported that, but they're also an organization that supports many different health and human service agencies all throughout Winnipeg, those that were originally founded by the Grey Nuns. And so just continuing their mission of service and giving to community. And so they're here today too. There's a few organizations that are looking for volunteers. St. Amant is one of those organizations, but there's a few different ones here today as well. So we just want to say thank you for helping to make that happen.
Awesome. So for anyone out there who's hearing about this, want to become a PAL or help out in another aspect, what are those first steps? How do they get involved?
Yeah, well, the first step is by going online. You can go to cinemans.ca/volunteering. Fun fact, I interview you. So you get to hear me once again. And then once their interviewing is done, we get you started with some training online. And obviously the paperwork comes next. And then volunteering gets started after orientation.
Work with volunteers to find out what the best fit is for you as well. We want it to be meaningful for everyone involved. For you as a volunteer, you have skills and talents and things to give, and we want to work with you to do that.
Wow. Well, I appreciate both of you coming here, sharing a little bit about what your organization is doing here and making a difference in not just Winnipeg, but all of Manitoba. So there's so many amazing organizations here. And if you want to find out more, make sure you head to Volunteer Manitoba's website. There's so many volunteer opportunities out there, as well as, an opportunity at St. Amant. Try it there. Become a PAL. So cool.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, no worries.